conflict, enforcement, analysis.
On July 13th, 2024, at approximately 10:25 p.m., plainclothes vice officers observed an altercation near 66th Street and Figueroa. The following footage contains graphic audio and images. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up with this vehicle right here at the intersection? Looks like they fucking TC'd into each other or something. Is there a black and white available?
Camry going southbound, taking off from a gray Cadillac CTS.
Follow that car because they were all masked up. Follow that car. Follow that car.
Roger, we're going to be following the gray Cadillac westbound. Mike, did you see him TC into that Corolla for the Camry?
Yeah, it was kind of strange. I don't know if they were together, but they pulled in front of that car, that Toyota Camry, and then they jumped out and they were masked up. Then they continued southbound on Denver.
Roger, we saw a bunch of heads jump out on the Cadillac, then the Toyota took off southbound. We still have it going eastbound 67th Street from Figueroa.
Roger, just call it. Have them stop them.
Roger, southbound Figueroa.
Already that behavior, is, you have more experience than I. What does that behavior tell you?
Well, there's no doubt all four occupants came out of the car in a rapid manner, high speed of approach, circled the vehicle. The one guy who came up on the driver's door almost brackets off, and looking at his body language, almost like he's indexing or going to maybe pull something from his waistband area and maybe tried the door. And then on top of the fact that whatever time this is, and they're all
10 p.m., about 10 p.m.
Yes, wearing ski masks. So there's definitely, this is something else. This isn't just some kind of contact or situation.
And this is a stupid question. How many people have you contacted when they're exhibiting criminal behavior or intent? Oh, I wasn't doing anything, officer. You know what I mean? Like, how often have we heard that?
Yeah, aside from some latest COVID hypersensitive issues, wearing ski masks in the middle of nighttime, and you just made the wrong turn at the wrong corner and then decided to bail out and circle this vehicle like something else is going on, because there is something else going on.
The first unmarked vehicle is actually an officer right behind them. What did you notice, Jay?
Well, the vehicle, it veered off the roadway to the curb in an abrupt manner, but then they gun it forward.
The vehicle cuts traffic. Suspect runs out towards the vehicle behind him, which is the officer. And not only does he run up on the car door, he's actually reaching in his waistband as he's doing it. Okay, all indicative of, I have a weapon system. This is a carjacking. This isn't new LA. Let's be honest, Los Angeles. All right, this is something that we've been dealing with for a long freaking time, and we don't need to spell it out any better. But before we even dive into that part right here, I want to take a look at something else real quick. We're going to put this up on our screen. And this is actually a statement from the lawyer, where the shot came from within the car, through glass, meaning that Ricky didn't even have an opportunity to see someone in the car pointing a gun at him, much less somebody he would identify as a police officer. Okay. I understand lawyers, their job is to defend their clients. However, video evidence, and I don't think they understood that there was Zoom cameras on and Ring cameras on people's phone houses. Your client ran up on a vehicle with intent, postured as if he had a weapon system in his waistband. The officer, in my opinion, responded with justified use of force. And I will take that bold position, but I'm not going to speak for you, Jay. I'll speak for myself. I've been involved in a lot of shootings, and I know what intent looks like, smells like, runs up on me like. And I would have done the same thing. So what am I missing here? And what image are they trying to paint for us? My opinion, you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. What am I missing here that this, lawyer and this family thinks it was unjustified? I think you running up on the vehicle, you knew the image you were painting to that driver. You just didn't realize that driver was ready for you. Period.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's law enforcement or just a civilian.
Yeah, because, again, looking at it from the CCW standpoint, right? Because there's a lot of armed citizens in the U.S. Heck, there's a lot of freaking armed felons in the U.S., right? So everyone has a gun today. And you roll up on me, like you said, I'm sorry, July 13th at 10 p.m. in the middle of a heat wave on the West Coast. And I get it. It gets a little bit cooler in Cali, but it doesn't get that cold, especially when, a ski mask is required. And I'll be honest with you, as a father, I have kids. And I've always told them, be careful with who you hang out with, where you're at. And when you're 18 years old and over, you are responsible for those decisions. You are responsible for the company you keep, and you're responsible for their decisions if you happen to put yourself proximically in their control, if you will. This is what the article says. They were asking the vehicle behind them why they were following.
Yeah, that's not what that looks like. Artifacts and evidence. Yeah. Well, you know, the other thing, Mike,
Yeah.
is okay, whatever happened, like as far as the other passengers in the vehicle that are sitting there, whoever's might be sitting in that car, and their buddy runs back. Maybe they saw that, maybe they didn't. But either way, then they take off, and then they're trying to be pulled over, and then they take law enforcement on a pursuit and jeopardizing all the other citizens all the way up, however far that pursuit went on for, because they knew darn well, you know, that what was going on. It wasn't like, oh, we didn't know what was happening and we were trying to, you know, figure it out. And oh, now there's police here. Oh, thank goodness. Let me pull over and tell the police we don't know what this car is behind us or
Well,
something like that.
not even just that, Jay. Let me interject on that. If I'm rolling around with three of my buddies as a youngster, 18 years old, and one of them gets dropped, and I'm concerned for our safety, I'm immediately notifying 911. Hey, my buddy's been shot, 66 in Flower, you know, or excuse me, Figueroa, blah, 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 best description I can. Or maybe I'm calling family. I don't know, but I'm making a phone call of some sort. But I'm definitely not running from law enforcement, because I can tell you right now, the vehicle, when it took off, it didn't know they were all law enforcement yet. So for them to say, oh, cops shot my friend, so why would I stop? Nah, don't give me that bull. Don't give me that. Right.
Yeah.
And then we also know that the vehicle got out of sight for a long time. So I know the investigation's ongoing and they're talking about there's no weapons or, things found. It doesn't mean it's not hard to ditch something, right? Especially when you don't have eyes on you for, an extended period of time.
No, and the last thing I would mention is, like, you know, if these individual officers, and whether you're the primary shooter or even other officers on scene, you don't come to work today and say, oh, this is what I look forward to happening. And no, it is a process. And that's the last thing you want to happen, is have to use deadly force. And because you know what's coming behind that. And you got all these lawyers and all these other political stuff and media, and it just starts, it's a psychological role, and it'll take you through a process. And even when you know you've done the right thing, and the right thing you did was righteous in your actions and legal, moral, and ethical considerations, it's just something you don't want to ever have to do. But unfortunately it happens.
Either way, it was, the investigation is ongoing. We'll see how it plays out. Jay, I appreciate your time with us, brother. And we'll be talking soon.
All right, sounds good.
The suspect Israel Dezama is charged with one-count felony. Evading this investigation is ongoing.